Hey guys, this week I got a 112 single on camera, and last week my PB single was 111. So this isn't my PB, but it is pretty close, so I'm proud to show this solve. And I haven't really improved that much in terms of my global average. I'm almost consistently sub 130. Alright, so this week I'm talking about finger tricks on 5x5, so you can skip to this time in the video if you don't want to watch the rest of the solve. So the first finger trick is going to be D prime or D with two layers at once, like this, for edge pairing. So I found this really uncomfortable at first because I would sometimes miss and get one layer instead, but after a while I kind of got used to it. So an example would be the red and blue edge. So what I would do is insert this one over here like this, and then the last red and blue edge is over here. So what I'll do first is I can do this to line them up, and then insert this one over here. And then here's another finger trick that's really important, which is E or E prime. I actually don't know which way E and E prime go. I just know that it's turning the middle layer here like this. And this can be a little bit hard if your cube is not lubed well. My cube right now is not lubed very well, so it's kind of hard to do this. And that saves some moves compared to if you were to do each of these separately, moving over like that. And so you also have to regrip your hands in order to do it like this. So it's better to do it as an E move. Another useful thing you can do is do the edge flipping algorithm for edge pairing with both of your hands, so right hand and left hand, depending on which side you get the flip on. So that would save you a lot of rotations. Instead of needing to flip this one, instead of rotating and then flipping it with your right hand, you could just flip it with your left hand without rotating, and that will make your solve smoother. So another thing I want to talk about is U2 flicks. So ideally you'll be able to do U2 flicks with both of your hands, especially on 3x3, where it's really important. And it's also really important on 4x4 for the parity algorithm. So I find that on cubes larger than 3x3, since you're holding a lot of layers at once, it can be hard to have to lift off your middle finger in order to do the U2 flick, especially if it's with your non-dominant hand. So for example, here we have the RUF R Perm for big cubes like this. So notice how I did single U primes instead of U2. And that's because if I have to hold the cube with my middle finger and ring finger in order to keep all the layers steady, then it can be a little bit tough to take my middle finger off, especially because there's so much more distance to reach here to do a U2, which is just a lot more awkward than on 3x3. So if I try the same R Perm with U2 flicks with my left hand, so there was a part in the middle where I kind of misaligned a bunch of layers at once, and that only really happens if I'm taking my middle finger off to do U2. So sometimes it's better to just do U instead, and it depends on the scenario. So that's all I have to say for this week. Those are just some good habits to have while solving on 5x5. See you all next week.